we had a pretty peaceful dance here. We had about 400 to 500 people here attending our dance, and we were charging 50 cents so they could raise funds for the NYC workers. At that time, some people were inside, and a couple of people were out here. A couple of crowds of people were out here that at that time had not paid to get into the dance. At that time, I was standing over there, and I saw a squad car arrive at the gas station next door, and they made arrests on 2 youths. I was suspected they were minors, and I think the charge was possession of alcoholic beverages at the time. And as they started leaving, I don't know if the police officer said something to the youths or something, or pushed them into the squad car the wrong way or something, but other Chicanos started telling the police to get out.
Francisco, what happened on Friday night?
Well, on Friday night, we were having a dance here for the Neighborhood Youth Corps. So in NYC, it's a summer project that gives Chicanos and other minorities, low-income family, opportunities to work for the summer so they can buy clothing and whatever to go back to school. So we were sponsoring a dance for them, along with other federally funded organizations such as Joint Venture and Las Palmas Park and Proyecto here. Dance for them because it was... And they arrested 2 more Chicanos and threw them in the squad car. So at that time, I believe they arrested 4 people. After that, in around 10 or 15 minutes, they returned in full riot gear, about 4 squad cars, 2 parked up front, 1 at the gas station, 1 across the street over there. And I approached them immediately to tell them that everything was under control, if they would please leave the area, that we'd handle it with our own security. At that time, 4 police officers came out of their squad car, and they said, all right, the party's over. And I go, just give us time, we'll clear them out. And he goes, get them out now. I go, just give us time, we'll get them out. And he goes, somebody threw a bottle at our squad car. And I go, I know, just keep it cool. If you'd please leave the area, because you're inciting a riot, and we can't be responsible if you remain any longer. The longer they remain, the more chances of incidents occurring.
What was their response?
The officer said, that's all right, they threw a bottle at our squad car. That's all right if they throw a bottle at us. We want to go in and bust heads anyways.
How many people were injured?
We know there was about 10 people injured, but we don't have all the full reports yet of people that might have been injured and haven't contacted our organization here to make a report. But at that time, the police officers that we did talk to, they didn't want to cooperate at all.
Did they indicate why?
Well, because of the bottle being thrown. And then another officer came, and when we were talking to that same officer that just gave him the order, and he said, we'll give you 15 minutes just to get everybody back in. He seemed a little more level-headed, you know. And I told him at that time, what are you going to do about this guy that's telling us that he wants to go in and swing clubs and everything, bust heads, and he didn't say nothing. He goes, I'll give you 15 minutes. If you can get him under control, we'll leave it go. So they stayed out there, though. And at that time, we were trying to get everybody inside the yard. And we did, and we opened the gates, and we didn't charge any admission at that time. We just wanted to get the people out of the streets and in there because we felt they might be safer from the police.
What action is your organization planning to prevent such further incidents in the future?
Well, as far as this incident, we're planning to press charges on the police department for their actions here of assault on minors. Also, we feel that they gathered and there was conspiracy on the part of the LAPD to commit an act of inciting a riot on our people. And we're seeking out legal counsel on to what steps we're going to take. We're also holding a meeting here tonight at 7 o'clock for the members of the Chicano community to come in, and I'm sure other people that have complaints will be here at that time.
Have you made any efforts to contact the police department regarding your feelings?
No. Through previous experiences with the LAPD public relations officers, we have a negative feedback from them. They're unwilling to cooperate, and that's what they're getting paid for, and they're getting paid at our expense also, the public relations. And they say that all our organization and the youth and the community, all they do when we meet with police officers is throw wild accusations at them with no foundation whatsoever.
What changes would you like to see, let's say, in the attitude of the police department towards your community?
First of all, we'd like We like the police officers responsible first for this incident to be prosecuted before any change can be really taken. We feel that if these officers get away with what they did, there can't be any change brought about. Also, the replacement of their public relations officer in the Foothill Police Department, he must be fired immediately because he failed to communicate to our people that he had good intentions as far as our people in avoiding problems here. Also, we feel it was a conspiracy on the part of Chief Davis also, because he has at no time really tried to attempt to really communicate to our people. In the past, he has shown that he's insensitive to our people's needs, and he has shown on TV various times when the Salazar cousins were murdered, how he came out in support of his officers when Salazar cousins were murdered, and how he solicited for bail funds, and how the city council supported them and paid the defense of officers before they were even found guilty or not guilty. And they had passed judgment already on the part of Yordi, also with his statements that he came out. So we feel it's a conspiracy on the LAPD, on our people. It's quite obvious they're here to disrupt our meetings or whatever we have. They patrol this area excessively, and we have no control over it. We have no say-so in as far as what goes on in the police station. And community must have a review board of some type with the power to indict officers and prosecute them for their actions, such as what happened here on August 27th, almost 1 year after Salazar had been murdered in East Los Angeles.